Thomas Bryant's jockstrap. Get him out of here.
How does that not indicate to you, like, hey, sometimes, like, these prospects are awesome?
Donald, get back. They snatched that chain, boy. Get back. What y'all gonna do about it? Popeye snatched that chain. Get back. We want that snack wrap. They got 3 flavors. Y'all got 1. Get back.
Hey, everybody. Welcome into the Big Factor. It's not like Fat Albert. Welcome to the Big Factor here on the Big Factor. I'm Ryan Tyler. He's Jack O'Rourke. He's Nick Padone. He's Rob Watson. This is the Big Factor. It is a beautiful Wednesday, June 18th. Nick, we're going to be at a very special place tonight before we jump into the show. But the College Company Championship starts Thursday. Tell us all about it.
Yeah, we'll be there tonight, getting set up, getting ready to go. The festivities start tomorrow. Come on out, hang with the fellas, hang with the crew. The Factor will be there Thursday, Friday. Bruce is going to be there. Fontana is going to be there. The Honor of the Lamb boys are going to be there. Bayerga is going to be there. We are having a ton of fun this week at the Colleague Companies Championship. It's 1 ticket, 2 experiences. So colleaguegolf.com, go there, get your ticket. That's going to let you watch some of the legendary golfers of the game of golf. I've got the field right here, 78 different legends that are going to be out there, including my guy John Daly, and then afterwards 50,000 square feet at the entrance and exit. That's the Calling Infinity Zone. That's where the fun really happens. That's where the fun really goes down. That's where you really want to be. It's elevated fan experience, interactive activities, bar, lounge areas, food trucks, celebrity appearances, full-fledged music festival each and every night. colleaguegolf.com. Get your tickets. We'll see you out there this week. We'll be live from there, Ryan, Thursday, Friday. So we'll see the people out there.
It's going to be a blast. Fellas, it got a bit
booms.
chippy yesterday in the W. The Indiana Fever, they beat the Connecticut Sun 88-71, but the storyline from this game was midway through the third quarter, Marina Maybray shoved Caitlin Clark to the ground after a dead ball. She didn't get ejected, but I want to go ahead and play this video and get your guys' thoughts. There was some retaliation, which we'll get to afterwards, but here you see Caitlin Clark. This was midway through the third. Takes a little shot to the face.
Little swipe at ball action there. I don't think that's anything.
Then they get into it after that.
crazy.
Here comes the shove.
Yeah, 31 was acting maybe a little crazy.
I mean, that's a possible yellow, but it's not a sender out. It's not an ejection.
So
I think she did get
that might
ejected,
even be
right,
a little bit of
Ryan?
a flop.
Then so after
Doesn't 3? I think 3 gets her, not 31, right?
yeah, it's 3. It's not the young African American woman. It's the girl that runs up with the arm sleeve.
well then Sophie
She puts 2. Yeah, she's the one who pushes her.
Well, then later in the this is just in the fourth quarter. Later with 46 seconds left, the Fever had 17. Sophie Cunningham defends Caitlin Clark.
good hard
JC
foul,
Sheldon
good hard
drives
foul.
a hard foul. They get after
Let's
it.
get it. Malice at the Palace. Yeah.
WNBA is so back.
Yeah.
Now here's my question to you guys before we break this down. Nobody wants to see anybody get hurt, obviously, but does the WNBA
say that.
this good for the WNBA? Not necessarily the fight. I get it, because I'm not going to sit down here and say I want people to throw punches at each other. But I'd be lying to you, and I think you'd be lying if you said this doesn't make the WNBA more interesting. And call it for what it is. The WNBA needs everything going for it.
And people said, Ryan, kind of from the onset, that the Angel Reese feud with Caitlin Clark was a good thing for the WNBA. So I'm going to say that this is a good thing as well. The one thing that, they got to just keep an eye on is the hard fouls on Caitlin Clark and the hard fouls on the Fever. Because the last thing that you want to see is something to go too far, and somebody to actually get injured. It wasn't going to happen there. Like there was a swipe at the ball that was kind of innocuous. She hit her in the face. She instigated back and kind of flailed her arms backwards at the girl. And then 31 came through with the 2-arm extension, pushed down to the ground. You see that in the NBA kind of on a nightly basis. So it's nothing too crazy, but you got to make sure that it doesn't get any crazier than that. That should
Which
be
is
probably
what
the craziest that it ever
Which
gets.
is what the ref did and stepped in. I still haven't seen anything too crazy happen to her. I mean, she's a star on a team that's pretty bad. They're gonna key in on her and get physical. It's gonna happen. You're gonna get fouled hard. They're gonna do things to try to stop you. It happens to every superstar in the NBA every night. So I mean, I get she's a girl and I get it's different. She's the cash cow of the league, but she's gonna get fouled. It's gonna happen. You can't protect her and the one team from certain things. If they want to foul her hard, they could foul her hard. She could get superstar calls and all that, but if people want to foul her, I mean, the other girl got fouled way harder on the fast break than she got pushed right there. By
I
the
think
other
there's
team.
probably an element of it too that like all these clips that come out look worse because she's probably, I think they have her listed at 6 foot. She's probably 5'10", so like as one of the smaller humans on the court, it always looks worse when the small one is the one that takes the
And
tumble.
I think she sold the push just a smidge,
Yeah.
a smidge. There's
Yeah,
a
a little
sell like
acting going
any
on.
other players do. We've seen it happen all the time. So I mean, I just don't overreact. It was a
Right.
great game yesterday.
I think we so needed this, though. I think you're right when you kind of hinted that at the start of the show. Like, this is when you think of Kevin McHale going in and throwing a clothesline at Kurt Rambis during the days of the Celtics and the Lakers, right? Like, this is how you turn around the WNBA in one fell swoop. And I don't know. I saw some heat coming at number 3 for coming in with a late push. I think that is the most normal physical contact. Two people kind of go back at it. Like, Caitlin Clark kind of threw something a little bit back, like nothing crazy. But, like, as soon as her hands start to go back up towards the teammate, that's when reactionary you come back in for your teammate as well. Like, I think that was the most normal push of all time.
Everyone got a tech. They handled it fine.
Yeah.
And I think that, but yeah, the league needs it, but just like, I don't like that how the discourse always slides to, and maybe some of them are jealous, but I don't see anything in that play other than they're just defending their teammate.
Well,
and the Sophie Cunningham part, could we just say like that's the best part of it? That's what makes
That's
it.
retaliation.
Yeah,
So Suns head
she-
coach Rashid Mezian, he said about, I did not understand talking about Cunningham's foul. When you're winning the game by 17 points and you're
That
doing
is
this, to
it,
me,
though.
it's a stupid foul. It's
Waited too long.
disrespectful. Do we have a problem with Sophie Cunningham?
It's a
doing this?
fine foul. I would have just loved to see somebody just, why wait till there's 30 seconds left in the game when you're winning? It's usually you see the team that's losing by 17
Right.
making a foul like that at the end of the game, but you're up 17 and you get the lick back. It's a fine play, but with the context, it makes it a little bit
No,
worse.
I'm with it. I'm with the foul. I mean, it should have happened a little bit sooner, but I mean, she she stood on business. She stood 10 toes down. Like that's what you got to do. You see a teammate kind of get into a dust up, and you got to have their back. It would be nice if the Cavs had somebody like that on their roster. To be honest, Sophie Cunningham, come on down.
It definitely would. I kind of agree with Rob, though, because I think you're going to see him again. Like, I get it's the Commissioner's Cup right now, so it is a big deal. You advance in that. But, like, when you're looking at the long-term run of it, I think Rob's right. You have to you don't do anything when you're winning the game, even at that moment in time. But you take a mental note, you take a receipt of it. You're going to see him again later in the year. And the first time number 3 gets the ball, next time you play, you throw an elbow. Like, that's what you do.
Do we think so? So Rob, let's replay this real quick. Do we think when she pokes her in the eye, that looks like she's going pretty high?
I mean, she's
but-
playing defense, bro. It
No, look at her face, though. Watch her face, though, after she
Your
does it.
hands
She kind of
are-
like grimaces.
I don't know.
You're
No, I don't
thinking
think she meant to do it.
You think she tried to poke her in the eye?
No, I'm not
Like,
necessarily
seriously.
saying that. I'm just saying that hand's a little high.
But
If
your
you-
hand-
Play it from the start
look
again.
at-
When you
look
play
at-
it,
Look at
bro.
10 on the Fever
Bro.
was about business too.
Bro.
The Fever have.
I can't it happens, bro. It's a contact sport. You're gonna get poked in the eye. Deal with it, bro.
she kind of goes like, "Oh," when
It's
she
like
does it.
DC's poking.
Look at 10
Stipe,
come in.
bruh.
Look at 10 come in. 10 was like, no.
Oh,
way.
yeah, 10 was saying get out of there, too, a
Which
little
is
bit.
fine,
Yeah.
bro. But I don't like a little if she, bro. I don't like the pain that like she did it on purpose. Like
No,
she's
she
reaching,
didn't. She
like,
definitely
that's-
didn't.
It's a good. Just let it. The girls got active. Let the girls be girls, just like you let the boys be boys, bro.
Fair enough. Well, hey, I know it makes for good television, I suppose. We got to take a break. We're going around the MLB biggest headlines. Rafael Devers, Ipe Mazahura is facing time. Obviously, he's in jail now. And what did Nick Castellanos say that got him out of the Phillies lineup? We'll talk about that when we get back on the Big Factor. Hey, everybody. Welcome back to the Big Factory on the Big Play Sports Network. Ryan, Tyler, Jack Rourke, Nick Padone, Rob Watson, and Fairway Ford, Ohio. Fairway Ford, Ohio is the biggest Ford truck dealership in the entire state. They have the largest selection of Ford F-150s and Super Duty trucks, and they won't be beat on price by any other Ford dealer. You see right up there, employee pricing for everybody. You pay less than what they pay. Pre-tariff pricing on all Fords, over 500 vehicles in stock in their lot in Canfield. So don't let that short drive prevent you from saving thousands and finding your dream vehicle. Fairway Ford, the largest inventory of new Ford trucks, the lowest pricing, and same hometown level of service. Scan the QR code or go give their website a visit, fairwayfordohio.com. That's fairwayfordohio.com. Well, Rafael Devers, officially a San Francisco Giant, taking a little bit of a different approach when it comes to being willing to play different positions. Devers says, "I'm here to give my 100%. I don't put any buts. They're men in charge. I'm here to play wherever they want me to play." This, of course, is a little bit of a shift from his time in Boston when he wanted to play third base, but Alex Bregman was acquired. He's a better defensive third baseman. They asked him to go play first base after Tristan Casas out for the year, and that kind of was the straw that broke the camel's back, if you will.
You know,
Just tune a little.
yeah, if you're the Red Sox right now and you're sitting at right about 500, you just traded your best player after not being able to bring back Mookie Betts or Xander Bogaerts at previous points in time recently. If they lose like 10 more games or so, like if they're 10 games under 500 at the trade deadline, if I was John Henry, Craig Breslow, or anyone in the Fenway Sports Group, I would go out there right away and I would trade every good player on my roster into that division just so he never wins anything in his life. Like, I would be so bad if I were them. And I side with Rafi in it, though. But it's just so ugly. The way he says they have actual men leading, like, that's embarrassing. Like, if you're the Red Sox, that is a bad look. And he plays DH last night. He's going to play first base tonight. Like,
That's what Pedro Martinez said, obviously former Red Sox special assistant to their front office. He says he was shocked because if you try to sell me knowing Rafi Devers that Rafi is a bad teammate or he's not a team player, you're lying. You're going to tell me he's a bad influence in the clubhouse. No, he's not. The thing they mishandled from the get-go, they should have been in the hands of baseball people, not the front office people, not leaking it to the media, not having a back and forth with the media. Pedro Martinez not happy about that one. All right, guys, Shohei Ohtani. Remember Ipe Mizahara, his former translator? Well, he obviously was disgraced for stealing money from Shohei Ohtani. He was ordered to surrender to federal authorities on Monday. He's in custody at Federal Correctional Institute, Allenwood Low, a low-security facility, after being sentenced to 57 months in prison for stealing nearly $17 million from Shohei.
57 months isn't that bad.
That
No,
is
it's not. It's not.
Yeah, but did they recoup
That's
that
almost
money?
5 years.
I
So
would just,
4.7
if I was
years.
if I was to go to prison for 3 years, I would just look at it as this is my second COVID, an opportunity to get shredded. You know what I mean? Like, what else are you gonna do?
Ryan, we were talking about that yesterday. What a blown, wasted opportunity the pandemic was. Like, I did nothing but sit around and like eat food, eat Girl Scout cookies, and
Can you give me your top 3 Girl Scout cookies?
I could give you my top one:
Samoas.
Thin Mints
The mints are the best.
in the freezer.
I'm a Samoas guy.
Samoas are good. I really don't discriminate. when it
Tag-alongs are
comes
elite
to
as
Is that
well,
the
in
one
my
with
opinion.
the drizzle on like the beige cookie?
It's
This
like
one?
coconut.
Yeah. Okay.
I hate coconut.
Yeah, that's. I don't
I'm
like
not a
that
big
one.
coconut fan, but on a cookie, it's passable.
I don't even really like Girl Scout cookies at all.
What?
Being honest, yeah.
That's
Not really
wild.
my thing.
All right, well, Cleveland Guardians.
What do you
Happy
think he's
trails in
doing-
prison, by the
What do
way.
you think he's
Yeah,
doing in
that's true.
prison, by the way?
How is he not in Alcatraz?
Okay, here's my question for you guys still. Now that we know that, because like the rumors were originally like, oh, it's a 25-year sentence or whatever, right? It could be a maximum, blah, blah, blah. So now that we know that he's only going to be there for 5 years, what are the odds that it was just Shohei betting and he's like, I will give you way more money than that if you sit in prison for 4 years? What if it's like a 4 years for something $1 million deal?
4-year, $40 million.
Yeah, it could be a 4-year, $40 million deal.
You said something about someone who found like a body in someone's car, and I told you the athletes can pay people off and they'll take the fall. So
Yeah.
you're probably not far off on that, but we'll never know, quote unquote.
Yeah, we probably will never know.
So
Especially-
Wednesday allegations? We moved the day around to the week.
Especially because of the language barrier. Like, we'll probably never know, but man, that whole thing at the time was one of the most fascinating
right, you can't
stories
just.
in
I don't
sports.
care how much money you have in the bank account. He's got a lot more than me. Don't get me wrong. You can't just lose $40 million, right? Like that's not just a blip on the system, no matter who you are.
I don't know. Some people got stuff just coming in and out. They got a lot of expenses. Like they got people on payroll.
He's on a Fortune 500 though.
But
He's
it's not
Shohei
like
Ohtani.
It didn't all happen at once. I'm sure
Right.
it was over time, so maybe it's a little.
Oh, like
something
$1
here,
million a
little
month or
something.
something.
But
Who
to
knows?
To him, that's like what $1,000. I don't know. Maybe even what might be to me and you, $10.
Yeah, this guy also stunk at betting too. If he lost that much money,
True.
If it wasn't Shohei,
It's also what did I say it was? It was a low security facility.
yeah.
Is that what it was
I mean,
described as?
he's going to like a rec park basically. Like he's gonna get to go hang out.
Yeah, there's gonna be.
He's not-
They
he's not-
get,
I heard
they
they
get
got
2K for like
PlayStations
5
in some
hours
of
a
these
weekend.
jails.
They're
He's,
fine.
he's not sitting in Gen
There's
Pop.
actually video games in some of these jails.
He's not in Gen Pop. No, he's not in
Here's
Gen
the
Pop.
question.
He's chilling.
I think the worst thing about jail, like the thing that keeps me from being a criminal, is the fact that you can't really have your phone in there, right?
What do you mean by that?
I love the hotkeys now.
The thing that keeps me from being.
Yeah, like
Is that
I
it?
would commit
Is that
grand
it?
larceny,
Okay, yeah,
but
they
not
got
having
stuff
Woj
in jail.
bombs.
It's not a vacation, Nick. You're
Fuck
not taking
morals.
your phone.
Yeah, like, dude, if you can't have your phone,
So
like,
you want people tweeting from jail? What? You
That
want-
kind of be fire.
That would
Well,
be.
look, people have
Could you
phones,
imagine
but
if
no,
like
it's never
just
been on
got
jail
21
talk?
in
No,
the.
no, guys. People
You
have
guys
phones.
I'm
never
on
been
jail
on
talk. I'm on jail talk.
Yeah. Some people in jail got phones.
People
They're,
have
You know,
phones
they're on
in there,
TikTok
bro.
in
They
there.
are in there. I've seen the videos and the edits, bro. They play hoops in there too, bro, with the little crates on the thing. I've seen
Yeah.
a lot, bro. But
Longest yard, bro.
We were talking. Me and Cam were talking about. Never mind.
I was about to say something too. I was like, never mind.
after the show.
After the show.
Mine actually isn't that bad, but we're just talking about like the state of the world right now, and she was like, well, what happens like in the event of like a war draft, and like, okay, you get drafted, you don't go. I'm like, enjoy sitting in jail, and she was like, well, that actually doesn't sound that bad. I'm like, well, yeah,
Why don't they just draft the
people
guys
did
from
it.
jail like Suicide Squad?
Because I think that's what it would turn into. I think
Yeah.
it's pretty risky because then
You,
you're
want
giving.
to, I mean, because you want people who are there to win ball games, not tank. You know,
I
you
was
can't be
about to say,
tanking
so
in World
we
War
take all the
III
people who are in
because there ain't going to be a
prison
World War
and we
IV.
free them
If
so
you
where
said-
no one could stop them from just doing whatever they want with weapons and running away, and we say, yeah, you guys are fighting for the country now.
Right, and if they succeed, then you're free. You're pardoned.
Or they could just get out and leave.
They're gonna go
once they're
buck
there,
wild.
bro.
Big
They could
trust.
just-
Yeah,
you
they
got
could just
to
walk
identify the
away.
Patriots. You got to
What's the
identify
other-
the
there's
American
no-
Patriots.
Or
social
Ryan is just trying to sign up the stormtroopers. You
No.
know, I
It
mean,
would
we need a little bit of help.
social experiment.
If
'Cause
that's
I bet
me-
you would have some
Put a
people
chip in
that
their
would-
head where if they break out, you just blow up their skull.
All right, kill me, bro. I'm walking off, gang.
Then
I
you're
know-
getting blown up.
Yeah, that's fine.
I mean, if we can't get the taxpayer money for a new stadium, I don't know if we're gonna be getting chips in the back of domes in the Big 25.
Guys, we're
Get
gonna
Chris
put a chip
Ronan
in
on the
each.
back.
You guys
Be
are
like, oh
thinking
yeah,
too
this one's
literally.
off, bro. Kill him. There it is.
You got to go to the box, guys. All right, who's cutting
we got
onions
an idea.
last?
How do we get here?
Who was cutting onions last night? This was yesterday. Miles Straw leaving the game after banging into the wall. Josh Nail and Andres Jimenez, they went all the way out there to check on their former teammate.
There's a little. Again, I probably can't say that either.
No.
There's a little humor in the fact that
Uncensor yourself, kid.
there's a little humor in the fact that it was Miles.
It
Straw
was
that
Miles
this
Straw.
happened to. I feel horrible, and I hope that he's good. I haven't seen an update, so I probably shouldn't be making those kind of jokes.
Does
But
this make you cry, Jack?
You know, 2 guys we gave too much money to, and 1 guy we didn't give enough money to. But yeah, no, it stinks. I miss all 3 of those guys in Cleveland in some capacity. Like obviously, Andres and Josh were like actual stars who we all enjoyed watching on a daily basis. But even Miles Straw, there was a day and a time back in 2021 where he had about 2 months of hitting 280 as a Cleveland baseball player. Then it was cool when he went up the
phenomenal.
wall.
Yeah, I was about to say, what about when he climbed up the
He
wall?
climbed up the wall. That was
Aura?
a cool moment.
Was that
yeah,
Aura?
that was
Oh,
Aura.
yeah.
Then he
That was
lost it
standing
all.
up for Stephen Kwan too. Talk about
Facts,
making
facts.
our WNBA convo full circle. Like it was on site.
Do you remember when he got
Real
called back up
He
for
was
one
there,
game
yeah,
though, and
he was holding
got
the thing. He was in his face, bro.
He
I
was
remember
pointing
seeing
at
that. That's
him.
real.
when Miles
That's
Straw played for 1 game last year, though, and got picked off at first base as a pinch
Yeah,
runner.
I do remember that. That's kind of why I was giggling. That there is a little bit of humor that Miles Straw got in the game, and the first thing you see of him is
Not good.
folded up in the outfield.
All right, guys. Jack, you want to talk about PCA sending out the home run derby?
Yeah, guys, I just think Pete Crow Armstrong, who has taken baseball by absolute storm
I
this
ain't
year,
doing that. He's nice. He's nice.
very well would be in the MVP conversation if Shohei Ohtani and other guys didn't exist out in the NL. But I don't know, man. I think, especially as a young guy, if you're offered to be in the home run derby, everyone grows up. I watch the home run derby more than the All-Star game, personally. I'm sure you guys are probably the same with baseball. How do you turn that down
Is
if
that
you
like
get the
the
chance to
dunk
be in
contest?
that?
I was about to say
It's like the dunk
about to
contest,
turn
kind of.
into the dunk contest though, because the thing about the home run derby and the thing that makes MLB All-Star Week worth watching is that the stars actually do participate. So like
Yeah.
home run derby, you get Pete Alonso, you get Vladdy Jr. Like you're getting getting the stars that are mashing meaningful home runs in season. So if you've got this new wave of young players that don't want to participate, it will turn into the
It's
dunk
also a
contest
joke that
where
Chris
you're gonna
Berman's
bring-
on the call
You're going to
anymore.
bring Franmil Reyes back.
Has it been more? But like the 3-point contest has been way more exciting as of late because of the way the game shifted. And
It's
stars
just the home run
actually shoot
derby.
threes, but it's just the home run
I
derby.
mean,
Home run derby
there's
is-
the futures game, but like the common fan doesn't know enough about baseball prospects where that would push the needle for them outside of watching their guys bat once or twice.
I think the home run derby is, and this is what scares me about this headline, because I think the home run derby is better than the dunk contest. It's better
Yep.
than the 3-point contest. It's better than whatever the Pro Bowl tries to roll out. Like the home run derby is the best all-star weekend event. So they got to find a way to keep like the nostalgia, and it's always been
They
this
screwed
way,
up a little
back
bit,
to the
though,
day
I
of
think.
Bonds and stuff.
The tournament format is even fine, but I don't like the whole like 3 minutes now. It was so
pink
cool when
ball.
it was just 10 outs, and Josh Hamilton went out there, I think it was like 2009, hit like 30 home runs in one round. And it's just like
Yeah.
you watch the guy hit 18 in a row without missing one. Like that's the coolest thing in the world. Who cares if it takes an hour longer to watch?
So
Jack.
what's an out if it's not a home run?
Anything that is not a literal home run is an out. So you get 10 outs, basically.
Do we know
Even
anybody
a
that's
swing and a miss?
has anybody confirmed to be participating yet?
I don't think so, no. It was just like he was asked if you were to be in it, which he would likely be asked, would you do it? And he said no.
Could we get Chonk in that bad boy?
He could be in the International League home run derby if he picks up his pace
In
a
the
little
Big
bit.
25, we want to see Jonkin.
By the way, we didn't talk about it on the show, which we should have. That one day when he got sent back down and hit 2 home runs right away.
yeah.
How about Nick Sandlin leaving one right down the dick to him, and that's the one that went over the wall. It was a Nick Sandlin throwback.
All right, guys, last thing ripping around the MLB. Rate these uniforms on a scale 1 to 10. Has anybody seen before I put them up on the screen?
Yeah,
the
I think
All-Star
I know
unis?
what you're getting ready to
I have
do.
not.
The All-Star unis?
I have
Yeah.
not.
Wrong. Whoops.
But they're
Oh,
not
there we
wearing. They won't
Is
wear
it in
these
Atlanta?
in-game.
Yeah.
Oh, then
They're-
it's cool.
they're
If it's in
inspired
Atlanta,
by
it's cool.
Atlanta.
Those
They're
are
not
cool.
wearing them
Atlanta.
in the game.
That's saucy. If I had like a player on my team that made the All-Star team, I would cop one.
The NL one is better.
No, the A. Well, so
I
the
like
thing
the
that's
dark
cool is
one
like the Braves
better,
used to do just like that
low-key.
lowercase A as their logo. So I think the AL is cooler because that looks more like the actual
low-key
jersey.
like
Why
the
can't we
dark
go
one.
back to just wearing our
Well, they
jerseys?
are in the game.
They are in the game.
Oh, they are?
Yeah.
So this is for everything but
Oh,
the
they
game.
all would wear their home uniform? That's
Now
raw.
they're-
I liked when the NBA used to do that.
Yeah.
though, when you would
Well,
just
now
wear it on
every team has 85 different jerseys, and half of them aren't even their colors, and they wear different jerseys home and away every single time I see them
Everyone
play.
will be, so you got a regular standard or whatever, the home and away.
The
or-
Icon Edition.
Oh,
You
okay.
guys think the NFL is about to get like that here soon?
Yes,
I
they
kind
are.
of feel like
Because
It's
what was the one
coming.
thing they just announced? Aren't they doing like
They're doing
like reverse retros now?
throwbacks and
Yeah,
reverse-
yeah.
Okay, wait. So
Yeah.
you have Icon City and all that in baseball too. The NFL. If
They just
Nike,
have- they
if
just have
Nike is
City.
making the jerseys, it'll turn into that soon.
Every
as well.
sport does
it's
because
like
even
that in the
hockey has
NBA.
City Connects too.
Icon City, the one throwback you're allowed to
The
have.
Statement Edition.
Yeah, all that nasty.
All right, let's take a break. When we get back, Florida Panthers back-to-back Stanley Cup champions. Jack's going to break it down what you need to know about it when we get back on the Big Factor. Hey, everybody, welcome back to the Big Factor here on the Big Play Sports Network. Ryan Tyler, Jack O'Rourke, Nick Padone, Rob Watson, and our friends at Garage Beer. Comes in just 2 flavors, classic light lager as well as that classic lime beer. No frills, no bitterness, none of that IPA taste. It's beer the way you want it to taste. That's beer-flavored beer. Scan that QR code or go give their website a visit, drinkgaragebeer.com, to find local retailers who sell garage beer near you. Again, that's drinkgaragebeer.com. Well, Jack, the Florida Panthers go back-to-back as Stanley Cup champions. 3 appearances in the Stanley Cup in a row, if I'm not mistaken. Jack, how special is this for Florida, and what does it mean for Canada, who, again, has to go another year with that drought?
Yeah, so Canada, again, hasn't won a Stanley Cup since 1993, but when you're breaking down the salary cap era of the NHL, you've kind of seen this happen a couple of times since the lockout in 2005 now. The Penguins went back-to-back. The Lightning went back-to-back. So, this has happened now, I think. There's been 3 teams that have gone back-to-back in the last, 12-ish years. The Blackhawks won 3 in 5 years. The Kings won 2 in 3 years.
Bay, right?
In the early 2010s. Yeah, the Lightning did it in 21-22. So, dynasties are more common in hockey than every other sport, so it's not quite as special. But yeah, it's a ridiculous run. The way that they just dismantled the Oilers this time. I mean, last time you got up 3-0, oh, it's looking easy. Oilers win 3 straight, force Game 7. This time, 3 of the 4 wins were pretty dominant from the Panthers. And yeah, I mean, it's an incredible team. I think the story of the playoffs for me. I mean, I know that Sam Bennett won the Conn Smythe, and Sam Reinhart had 4 goals last night in the closeout game, the 2 Sams. But Matthew Tkachuk, star player, Captain America, gets hurt during the 4 Nations, comes back after winning the Stanley Cup last year. Ryan had I believe, torn hernia and something else broken in his, I think he tore his abdomen and a hernia. Played the whole entire NHL playoffs on both of those injuries. Came away tied for his team lead in points. Jared Allen, thanks for getting out on the court, brother. And yeah, it's just... They're a ridiculous team. So, I mean, to see them get 2 in a row, pretty cool. But, I mean, yeah, the bigger story in this really is the Oilers and the fact that they can't get it done again. And there's just teams that once they have a certain amount of defensive depth, like the teams you meet late in the playoffs, and they can shut down him and Draisaitl or, neutralize those two, they're just never going to get it done.
They're calling McDavid a fraud, Jack.
They are.
Online.
They are. They're calling McDavid a fraud. And
what's that? What are we saying, though? He's kind of like Elway right now, low-key. He's just...
Yeah, he's got nothing around him, besides Leon Draisaitl.
That's what I'm saying. He's got the one, but the teams just aren't. They're just not. They weren't comparable in my opinion. I just thought the Panthers were way better.
No, they're not even close. And it's been an issue now really since McDavid got in the league. They've always had an issue to find goaltending. Just like you say in football, Nick, quarterbacks, if you have 2, you have 0. If you have 2 goalies in hockey, you have 0. Calvin Pickard kind of came up hard in the playoffs, started helping out more when Stuart Skinner was really doing his job. Stuart Skinner can't stay in the net. They've had an issue goaltending for about 10 years now, going back to the Mike Smith days. And yeah, I mean,
he's getting LeBron low key.
He's kind of getting LeBron.
They're penalizing him for dragging the team all the way here, though. But you know what I mean? They're calling him a fraud for losing now that he's here. But the fact that they are even there, in my opinion, is an accomplishment with all he has to provide for that team.
Yeah, I mean, if you look at it this way, the Oilers have the first and second best player in the series probably, but then the Panthers probably had 3 through 14.
Yeah.
So that's that kind of shows you what you're cooking with. Brad Marchand, they get the trade deadline, had an awesome Stanley Cup final as well. I believe they had 3 guys score 5 goals in the Cup final, which is only the second time ever since the 60s Canadians. So
is
yeah,
next
impressive.
year the year the Columbus Blue Jackets win the Stanley Cup?
Ooh,
CBJ.
I hope to make a playoff spot. That'd be pretty cool. They had a lot to build off this year with Fantilli, Marchenko, all the young guys.
How's the Crew doing this year?
I don't know, but
Speaking of,
they tied their home opener that I was in town for about a month ago.
well, the Club World Cup is going on right now. I don't even know if Columbus made it, but that's
Jack, what are the big now that we're in the offseason officially for NHL? What are the biggest headlines /
Oh, there's one big storyline. It's where is Mitchell Marner going to go this offseason? One of the big core 4 from the Toronto Maple Leafs. Hometown kid from Toronto got booed off the ice in his last game. He's an awesome player, great playmaker, but that core has fallen apart in Toronto in the playoffs year after year. A bunch of teams pursuing him. There's a lot of teams who can move cap around to try and find him. A lot of people think Colorado and Vegas might be 2 teams that would heavily consider doing it. I would be super happy if Vegas could move the cap around and do it.
Go Blue Jackets. All right, we're going to take another break. When we get back, is his new nickname Noah No-Show Lyles? We'll talk about that after he is allegedly ducking Tyreek Hill from their potential race. We'll talk about that when we get back on The Big Factor. Hey, everybody. Welcome back to The Big Factor on the Big Play Sports Network. Ryan Tyler, Jack O'Rourke, Nick Pannone, Rob Watson. Well, news came out that Noah Lyles and the race of Tyreek Hill is off.
I was looking forward to this. I actually was.
Lyles said that he and Hill had agreed to a race in what they hoped would be a major event in New York City. In fact, he said, quote, they're very deep into creating the event. It was supposed to happen this weekend. Quote, unfortunately, there were some things, some complications, personal reasons that it didn't come to pass, but we were full on. We were going to have a big event, going to shut down New York Times Square and everything, have billboards for the event, but that is not going to happen. Tyreek Hill obviously was not too thrilled about Lyles calling off the race. In fact, he posted this to Twitter, the most classic meme there is, Noah Lyles ducking in and out of the bush. I'm a little disappointed. I thought this would have been interesting. Tyreek Hill on Friday actually won the 100-meter dash in 10.15 seconds. Obviously, that's an outstanding time, especially for someone who doesn't race. Noah Lyles won the gold medal last summer in Paris by running the 100 meters in 9.79 seconds.
I mean,
Can I give a crazy theory? I kind of don't think it was supposed to happen this weekend in the first place. Wouldn't we have
didn't
seen
hear
literally anything about it, right? Like, if it was going to be this big event in Times Square where they're making billboards, if you're going to pay all the money for billboards while the event is actually going on, one, it's waste of the billboards, but two, why the hell would you not hype it up beforehand?
No one really cares about track. I think people have been talking about it low-key, but it's...
But you would have still heard them say something about it if it was this big planned event,
I
right?
think he's been slowly pulling away, and then people were like,
Oh, okay.
Kind of like some other stuff that's been, you know what I mean? But
We got to see Speed and Ashton race.
yeah, I mean, I also think we don't. The money in track is other people running. Like, I think it's, when you think about it, I think you see all these athletes that play these other sports and you wonder, what if they ran track? What if they took the time to train that all year like these other people do? What barriers could they break? This is really bad for Noah because he already is like an unliked athlete with how he chooses to act like he doesn't know about certain things, and his comments about the USA and the gold
Dumbest
medals
thing ever.
in the NBA and the NBA finals. I'm on it. Like, I wanted to see Tyreek run, and I do think there could be some people that are faster than him. Like, no, I'm serious. Like, I Show Speed runs against Noah Lyles, and he blows like his start, and he's not a track runner. He's a YouTuber streamer, and he beats him off the line like it's nothing. No stretching, no nothing.
You mean Ashton?
Huh?
You mean he beat Ashton?
No, I'm saying I Show Speed raced Noah Lyles.
Oh, he did?
He lost by like 2 steps.
Oh, I didn't even know that.
And he doesn't train. Like, he's not a runner.
Wow.
So this is what I'm saying. Like, it's you can't chicken out of this and you talk the way you do.
Was
Yeah.
was his race with Speed after he announced he was going to race Tyreek?
I don't know.
I think it was
because-
before.
No,
I think
it was a while
I think
ago, I
Mr.
think.
Because I was
He
going to say
set it
maybe he
up.
raced Speed and realized he almost lost to Speed and was like, holy shit,
I'll
Tyreek.
say-
He
I'll
might
say
be
it.
scared, bro, because
Yeah.
some of these people are like, these athletes are athletes. He's got a great sprint. It's super refined and all this, but these people are just like naturally fast. Like, Usain Bolt was the perfect mix. He had the natural speed, and then he refined it with his start and all that, bro, and the perfect strides. Noah Lyles isn't just like this super fast figure. He could kind of catch you at the end, but like his start is so mid that I don't know. He might, if he has a bad race, he could seriously lose to like Tyreek Hill, which is
I think
crazy.
Tyreek Hill would have beaten him. That's my take. That's why this got
I
canceled.
think he is shook though. He is shook because why do you cancel?
They would
Why not?
have raced if there was an unequivocal doubt in his head that he was going to win. He would have raced Tyreek
If you
Hill.
run 9.7, why would you be scared of 10.1? It should be easy. You should be
Correct.
able to wake up and just roll out there and beat
Yeah.
him, bro.
Correct. Especially
Just
if
go do it. You talk all that mess about everybody else, and then it was time to really just go out there and just beat him in what you do. What you do. He's a football player. Just go beat him in the race.
Because
bro.
I think in a straight line, in street clothes, no training, both roll out of bed. I think Tyreek Hill 1-to-1 is faster.
like,
Is
he's
a
also,
faster
like,
human
just-
He's
being.
the cleats, the spikes on the track and field, and where you can't really, like, you got to run the perfect straight line. I don't know, bro. I don't know.
I think that
put
guy's
them-
just
put them
like-
both in a field barefoot. Tyreek's faster.
Yeah.
He's just like such an asshole in the first place. Just away from this event, even too. Like going back to his, you touched on his
does
World
himself
Championship
no
comments.
favors the way
They
he
literally
carries
like they
himself.
should take the Oklahoma City Thunder should have to play the winner of like the Greek basketball league in about like a best 2 out of 3
So it'll
and beat them 304 to fucking 7 in both games
Yeah, bro.
to end the series.
You like
It just,
Henrich Williams. He would
so dumb.
You take
Okay,
him,
dude. He
you
would
take
have
him off the
85
team,
points.
He'd be a
Be
star,
awesome.
bro.
Our boy.
It's not even close.
What
bro.
if they said, what if they said, like, SGA could only shoot with his left hand?
And Isaac
he-
Okoro
if he
plays
only
center, and they
shot
win by
Isaac-
1,000.
and
This
Isaac-
is what I'm saying. Jetty Osman went. I hate to keep bringing him up, bro, but he
on,
went back to
bro.
Turkey and he was averaging like 30, bro. That's a role player.
Dude,
in the
Dwight
States.
Howard rolled out of bed in China and put up like
Yeah, I
40,
mean-
like Jokic numbers.
World champion of what? Of what? Noah Lyles, bro, get it together.
He's
man.
not even.
Why are you ducking?
Russia hasn't been juicing in the Olympics in like 20 years, so we haven't won shit either. Because if they were juicing like normal, they get all the gold. So you're the world champion of what too, dickhead?
Wow. Well, we won't get the race. That's a little bit disappointing, but what are we looking forward to, guys? Because we're almost at the end of the show.
We got Joey Chestnut, man, is back. The
Yeah.
legend. Suspension lifted. You know,
Okay, wait. So why did he get suspended?
I think he ate salines instead of Nathan's or
Yeah,
something like
bro,
that.
bro.
Literally.
Because it was
He was
because
he was
he
gnawing on the vegan.
he had a
glizzies.
sponsorship deal with Impossible Foods, which I believe is like plant-based burgers, and that Nathan was like, hell nah.
Yeah, they were like, we're not messing with it.
Well, I love how they weren't like, let's
Oh.
talk it out. There's like suspended. Like,
He's just too goated, bro. He's really one of one. Unparalleled dominance. Ready to see him back.
If
Gobble
you guys were
those
to pick a
glizzies.
food that you had to eat as fast as possible,
Wings.
wings, boneless or classic?
I could do either, but I'd rather do boneless.
How
Yeah,
many
boneless
how
would
many
be easy.
boneless wings do you think you could sit in one sitting without throwing up?
A lot, actually. I've ate like 30 before. So and that was like with sides. I seriously think I could low key do a wing. My girlfriend has told me that she was like, you should try to do a wing eating contest. If I got really hungry, I think I'm somewhere between like 30 to 40. I might tap out at like 32, 33. Depends on the day.
I'll give a shout out, Ryan. You might not know these names. Rob, I don't think you will either. A couple Nordonia legends here. Jared Mino, did that name do anything for you, Ryan? And Albie Pompeo.
I know that one.
One time, me and Albie took this guy Jared up to No Names Please. There was a wing buffet going on in Valley View. You know, imply with the location that we were at, where it was all you can eat.
Oh, I know, yeah.
This dude went in there with the mission. He's like, I'm eating 50 boneless wings. By like 40, it was the most disgusting sight that I've ever seen. Like his face was all red.
That's what I'm saying.
He was sweating profusely.
I'll stop eating once I'm like no longer hungry.
He did eat 50 wings though, and then we like got in our car, like mission accomplished.
I've never pushed past the point where it's like I'm now painting myself to eat this. So that's
Bro,
why I don't know what my limit
we
is.
receive a FaceTime call like the minute ass hits seat in car, and it's Albie. He's like, this guy Jarrett just threw all over the car.
Oh, that's the worst. Puke in a
It
car.
was so funny. I'll remember that forever.
to both of your points, because I think you made incredible points on that. I think if you're like, it's one thing if you're like Sir Yacht and you like have an actual career and you do this and you travel and you eat food and do challenges and eat a lot of food, like that's cool. Like that's your thing. Really cool. But if you're just like a normal person who just like, you're not trying to get anything out of it, like, hey, let's go to the buffet. I'm gonna eat 50 wings. You're a moron. Like, what are you doing?
My three buddies. Like there wasn't
like
a
why?
crowd.
Like what are you doing? What are you
No
trying to
normal person
prove?
can compete though too, because they're like timed, so they're like heaving. You got to do it in an allotment of time. I could eat all that when I get the time to chew and enjoy my food. Bro.
Yeah.
Like they're just whole heaving these things down.
They
like,
train for it, bro. Like I'm trying to get
Like
Nick
I'm never
Weary.
doing that. But if you sat me down next to someone and it was just we could eat until one of us isn't hungry anymore, I might, you know what I'm saying? I might be able to put up numbers, but I couldn't. I'm not built for that league, bro. I'm like the German people, bro. I'm getting dropped off by Shea if he plays with his left hand.
World
bro.
champion of what?
Yeah.
I'm trying to get Nick Weary on Big Play Cleveland. He goes toe to toe with Chestnut every 4th of July. Usually finishes like 2nd or 3rd. Obviously Chestnut the GOAT. So we'll try to get him on to get some glizzy, some glizzy.
Glizzy
what-
gobble
Yeah,
takes.
yeah. What do we want?
Some
yeah.
insight.
Yeah,
All right,
some
guys,
insight.
we'll end the show because we're not going to be live tomorrow. We'll be live Friday at Call It Companies Championship. So potentially the NBA Finals could be over. That game is Thursday.
Yeah.
Do the Thunder get it done in 6, or does this go to a Game 7?
Thunder in 6.
They'll win regardless because there's no shot Indiana wins in OKC. But
They're saying Halliburton might not play.
Yeah,
got a
I think if
strained calf,
Hallie was
though.
healthy, I would have taken them to win Game 6.
and I don't
but-
think he should play because he might KD himself now, where he goes out and just it could pop with the strained calf. That's it's iffy. And then the team without him really chalk it up. And
Yeah.
I think they're tired. Like I said, you're really seeing it to wear on them. Give me Thunder in 6, maybe
All right.
by like 15 points too. It might not be close.
Well, we got to go. That's all the time we have here. The Big Factor. Shout out to Garage Beer. Shout out to Fairway Ford. Call It Companies Championship this week. Go get your tickets now. Callgolf.com.
Who's winning
2
this
tickets,
thing?
one
Do we
experience.
have?
I have a
uh,
couple of
Ernie Els.
thoughts here.
Ernie
I've done
Els
some
going back to
research.
back.
back to back. Ernie.
Yeah, we got
Els.
Ernie Els back to back, Steve Stricker, longtime Ryder Cup member in the
Yeah.
competition as well. Guys, if you were watching the rain delay of the U.S. Open this past Sunday, you might have noticed the 2008 U.S. Open. Tiger Woods, legendary, goes to a playoff on Monday against Rocco Mediate, who's going to be there as well. So pretty cool. Guy who went to a Monday playoff with Tiger Woods. Padraig Harrington, who my little brother is named after. 07 and 08 Open champion winner. A lot of cool names going to be there,
How
guys.
about this? The
Oh,
Tiger-
and Oh, there's another really cool one too that I forgot.
The-
VJ Singh. VJ Singh will be
VJ
there.
Singh is going to be there. The Miguel Ángel
Yeah,
Jimenez.
dude, he's having a nasty year on the senior tour, by the
and
way.
that's who-
2016 Russ MVP. I don't even know what year he won. Whatever it was, campaign year.
Bro, that's who McNeil's
2017.
Avi is. I was trying to work a link where McNeil could take a picture with them.
That'd be fire.
But I don't think it's gonna happen because the tee times are too staggered with when our shows are gonna be. But I need to see the Tiger Woods cigar guy IRL in real life with my own 2 eyes.
Wait, that guy's gonna be there?
So the guy in McNeil's Avi is
Yeah.
dressed up as.
It's someone who's, like,
Miguel
behind
Jimenez.
Tiger, right?
Yeah. Yep.
Oh, really?
So
I didn't know
so
that.
he's gonna be there.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, we
Wow.
were trying to get him on Big Play Cleveland, and he was down to do it.
A little
But
peek behind the curtain.
the tee times aren't gonna match.
Can we
up.
get anyone on the Factor?
The tee times aren't gonna match up though, when we're there. I think he tees off like first thing in the morning, and then the match will be done. Too late. But
All right, go get your tickets. Callgolf.com. You can hang out with all of us, and of course, I'm sure you want to hang out with the golfers more than us, but you don't want to miss it. We'll be back Friday
hit that boomerang.
at 11.
Birds money line.